As the 1960s drew to a close, Oberon Zell of the Church of All Worlds introduced the term neo-pagan as a way to encompass the variety of earth-based religions that were growing in popularity. The Green Egg magazine, published by the Church of All Worlds, immediately embraced the term, and it quickly grew to have a life of its own beyond Oberon's original use. Often shortened to just pagan, the term is used in widely varied ways. This term has also been the subject of decades of debate as to its precise meaning. While many have embraced the label, others find it inaccurate or even offensive. The word pagan comes from the Latin root pagani, which means country dweller. Paganism in both ancient and modern times has been a religion of the poor and the workers of the earth, such as farmers. As such, it has attracted little positive attention throughout modern history. Modern pagans have often attempted to reclaim the word pagan as their own, much as the pagan community has embraced negative terms held against them in the past, like the term familiar. Magick Moment wanted to hear what you, the members of Oregon's pagan community, had to say about how the term is defined and how it applies to you. Magick Moment spoke to a variety of Oregon pagans over the summer to get their opinions.
How do I define pagan? Someone that has a natural path that evolves and follows it, and that's it.
The word pagan is obviously a pre-Christian faith or spiritualities. It doesn't necessarily have to be a religion, it can be a spiritual path. It's a lot of the religions of the indigenous religions and faiths, nature-based usually, and along with nature-based faiths, a lot of times it goes into a fertility type religions, and then a lot of the religions and faiths which in paganism kind of combine them. They combine the fertility with the changes of the season, which represent the fertility part, and also with the nature.
Someone who is personally connected to the earth and who respects the earth and gives and takes from the earth.
Paganism is, being a pagan is an earth-based religion, believing what's nature, what's around you, what's in you, and the land and what the world has to offer. The wind, the wind, the rain, the grass.
It's something that I'm really not certain how I would define that, because it's a very, very broad. Pagan to me seems to encompass almost anything. So it's more of a natural mindset, mindset more than anything else, as opposed to a religion per se. That I don't know, kind of the hippie, we live in a unified world. We are all individuals, but we are all in this together.
My personal definition of pagan is a tree hugger that loves nature, all life. Don't do my best to not act against others. Just remember to love.
A person who is connected to the earth, mind, body, and spirit.
Personal definition of the word pagan. Anybody that follows a naturalistic spiritual path and defines themselves as pagans.
How do I define paganism? That is a difficult question. I define it as a form of spirituality in which I embrace a lot of different traditions. So that's how I use pagan as a just general term for all of the different types of spiritual traditions and religious traditions that I'm involved with. So, yeah.
I'd say nature loving.
Caring, loving about people, nature, and the oddities of life.
What do you mean?
Every person is different, so we have an eclectic group where there's no set standards. You have gay, lesbian, black, white, all ethnic groups as one core group, learning to be together and loving each other and loving nature the way it should be. And
I am a pagan.
Very much so.
I identify a lot with a lot of pagan beliefs.
Yes.
I do. When I describe myself, what I say is I tend to lean to the hippie side of it, the pagan side of whatever it is I might be doing.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I'm an eclectic adept. I am an ordained minister. I don't per se I'm pagan. I call it eclectic adept because if you study all religions and being an ordained minister, you have to have knowledge of other religions because they want you to marry them in a sort of way of their religion. My heart is Catholic. I'm very Indian based because I love the earth and I love the spirit. So I really can't just say, quote unquote, I'm pagan. Yes, I am pagan, but much more. What do you think?
Still pagan.